Hello everybody, it is Atomic Yeti, and welcome back to Dark Souls Part 34. I am joined by Gallows here,
Hello?
and Gallows is actually joining me in both ways today, in sitting here with me, and he's also going to be involved in the game as well later on. But for right now, I'm actually just grabbing some stuff that we need to do beforehand. There's actually another one of those hidden light doors up ahead. So you see me switching out for the Sunlight Maggot. I go to switch back, and I get bum rushed. I'm lucky I didn't die there, you know, because that would have just been embarrassing. Back to the Paladin set. It's strange, I actually remember on my first playthrough, I pretty much did what I did, like with this, how I wore the Elite Knight set for pretty much most of it. Then, like, right at the end, where after I've beaten Nito, I got the Paladin set.
Which is still pretty useful.
Yeah, I think there's some differences in them. Obviously, like the Paladin set, you need to upgrade with Twinkling.
Yeah.
But yeah, still, it's good. And I love how these guys just give all these large shards. So useful. Yeah, so what we come out into this area for is to grab the crest key. Get out of my way, chair. And the crest key is what we need to unlock one of Gwyn's other knights.
Who is, Go? Hawkeye Go.
So that's interesting, because you say go. I would more so think it's pronounced Goff. I think he actually does say Goff.
I don't care.
I know, that's one of the weird things, because like the OUGH has like 20-something ways of being pronounced. It's like, why? Why make like 2 characters with that name? So is it Smoke, Smoff, Smug, Smee, bleh. Now this is where we get open the door for the crest key. And we're gonna go say hi to Hawkeye Gooey.
Gooey, please.
A visitor, have we? Thou must be the one who freed Artorius. That old friend he was. Thanks to thee, he left this world with honor intact. And here I am, retired and blind. Of little help to thee, I'm afraid.
So, he's not actually blind. He's, his helmet was packed with pine resin.
Thou seeketh to explore this domain. Be wary of a black dragon. I fear thee no match for this terrible beast.
Yeah.
There's very little to be said. What good is a dog with no hairs to hunt? But I'm lucky to be alive, I suppose. Well, farewell, you. Lead thy life as thou seest fit.
Goodbye, Goff. I really like him. Like, as you were saying, he's not actually blind. The townsfolk, like, jammed his eye holes of his helmet with pine resin. Because I guess they saw him as just this giant brute, rather than whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like him, because he's very much like a philosophical old fool. I just like what he has to say, and he's very, he's not like a nasty character either. He's genuinely a nice person. And what you actually saw him doing, and you saw me buy, was these carvings, which are from the arch trees, which were actually, if you think about it, they are from Ash Lake. And actually, thinking about that, there's a lot of skeletons and skulls down there of these giants. So maybe it's kind of like showing the evolution of people and giants in Lordran. Because I think it's meant to be this thing that giants were this, like, were like the gods kind of thing down there, and then humans can. I can't remember what it is exactly, but it's a nice little touch if that is the case, that he's come from there, and he's, carving the trees to make these sound thingies.
Yeah.
Now what we're actually going to do here is we're going off to trigger Calamite. Gallows will be joining me in a minute in the game. But yeah, Calamite, obviously, as we've seen before flying around, is the Black Dragon Calamite. And you have to like talk to, you have to open Goth's door, come here, and there's a particular part where he like breathes his fire. And that's basically when you can then go back to Goth, and you're then able to fight him.
You can fight Calamite before Manus, so there's no restriction on when you can actually fight him.
I think you've just got to beat Artorius
Yeah.
to do it. Well, yeah, you would have to beat Artorius to get to the township, to get the key. There he is. Whoosh.
You can come down here and do this part whenever, but
Yeah.
to actually fight Calamite, you have to beat Artorius.
And you actually see this in another part of the Royal Wood when you're up top. I do kind of look at it in, I think, the first episode when we come into the new content. Like you see me. I think we even went through when we did it on one of your characters. I like made a point of like looking down to where these three items were, because like you can see him right at the top.
Yeah.
Here he comes. I do this late. I wanted to be kind of like, I wasn't too sure where the trigger was for him to be breathing his fire, but I died.
You so best.
Tomorrow, is the Black Dragon posing the duress? Yes, I thought as much. He's called Calamite. Ferocious dragon indeed, even mighty Anna Londa dared not provoke his ire. I see little good coming from this, but my intent is to persevere to the bitter end. Good, good. What is bravery without a dash of recklessness? I've taken a liking to thee, and I owe thee much for thy service to Artorius. Now, watch, and see how Goth hunts dragons.
Here we have Goth now popping down his carvings. And as you can see here, the way that he feels for his great bow sort of does indicate that he cannot actually see out of his helmet. But as we said, if he just took that off, he probably would be able to see. Yeah.
And it probably makes a good point of him not being able to see to be a better archer. Because he can hear better or something.
Or he's just a lucky sod and just... like, it's okay. I think Calamite's coming this way. No, he'd have probably heard, like you say, he would have heard that.
Yeah.
Bullseye. Well, a bullseye would have been straight in his eye.
Which one?
That is the point. He does have like 3 of them. Does he have 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got 2 and then the one on top.
Yes. A true shot was never loosed. That bat will be grounded for a good spell. The rest is in thine hands. I await good tidings. Dragon slaying. Knighthood's highest calling.
Thank you for the help, Goth. We will be back shortly. Well, I'll be back. I mean, I'm not the Terminator or anything, but... There we are, there's Gallows. And his golden, lovely aura. As well as our other phantom friend. Doesn't matter, phantoms. Now, Calamite's one of the bosses that I don't think either of us have fought all that much.
No.
Again, I suppose it's because it's content stuff, or new content stuff, that it's not so much one that we really get to all that much. Just making our way through the dogs again. I suppose I could have probably... No, I died, didn't I, from Calamite, so they would have been reset anyway.
Yeah.
Never mind. Let's look up more dogs. I'm trying to think what this guy was using. I think he was just a grass crest shield and a katana of sorts, yeah. And whereas you've got elite knight set,
Yeah.
it was dragon shield.
Yeah, Dragon Crest Shield and a Fire Bastard Sword.
Yeah. When that orange sign was just there, over the edge is a crystal lizard that you can nab.
You'll be able to see it here in a second. You kind of view down on it.
Oh yeah, there it is, yeah. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, as soon as somebody hits the floor from the ladder, Calamite is out. Like, even
This
though...
one.
Sorry,
Oh,
what?
Sorry.
No, go on, you go first.
Oh, this was our second attempt.
Yeah, we did die previously. We just weren't doing at all anything. I mean, nobody. This lightning bolt. Ooh, 80 damage. Wow. But that again is the weaker one. But I thought I'll have two spells to just hit him with something, rather than say have heal and such on. He likes to dive bomb me here. That really did hurt. And Calamite really does pack a punch.
Yeah.
Like that fire.
A lot of his attacks are
like that fire will just
almost
pretty much.
insta-kill.
Yeah, his fire will wipe out your stamina and do a lot of damage. Yeah. You've got to take care of Gallows because he's a silly fool. There's that attack and another one where he stands up on his hind legs and shoots his fire, which is really good for cutting the tail. I think there may be some other moves that are pretty good to do it with, but we had success with this one at the least.
Yeah. It's the easiest one to get him to do.
See, that was a pain. I managed to roll out of the way of it though. Yeah, we don't, like, the thing is, I always feel bad when I'm doing like these boss fights. I always feel like I'm just not doing enough damage to them. Like I say, like if I was to hit him, I'd probably do maybe 100. But then again,
well, it's more of your job to survive to make sure that everybody else can.
Yeah, but then again, say you get summoned by an idiot host, or rather a host that isn't paying attention and is all guts no glory.
Yeah.
Basically, and then you've got to kind of like sort yourself out. Because I think you had heal on anyway, so it's not like you were that bad. I mean, I've got like heal and replenishment on, so.
Our friend that we summoned had heal as well.
Did he? Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
That. See, I think that's always a nice thing to have. I mean, even if you have like humanity spare to crunch. I think that move there where he smashes it down is another one you can get some nice hits on the tail.
Yeah, if he leaves it down long enough.
Yeah. Now the obsidian sword. Is it obsidian sword or obsidian greatsword?
I think it's Obsidian Greatsword.
But yeah, that's the tail you get. The weapon you get from his tail. And I think it's the strong. Oh, there it is. Obsidian greatsword. Yep. It does basically one of like Calamite's moves as he like flies up and breathes his fire all over the ground. If you use your R2 and two-hand it, you sort of plunge it into the ground and do that kind of area of attack spell. Now, Calamite is a reference to Kingsfield, or the Kingsfield series, should I say, as Kingsfield was a game from FromSoft way before Dark Souls. There is even a dragon in there, or at least there is somebody in there called Seath as well, and the Moonlight Greatsword is also there. And I think it's nice to sort of see. I don't think the worlds are necessarily connected,
No.
but there's heavy references to Kingsfield in Dark Souls, and I'm not sure about Demon Souls either. Yeah.
Demon Souls has the Moonlight Greatsword in it as well.
That's it. Okay. I've not really played that much of it, and I need to. But yeah, the dragon that is in Kingsfield 2 has a very similar design on it. Like it's got the eye in the middle of its head, but I think that only has like one eye. There's some nice little tidbits of information. I guess he's using Quailog's Fury Sword, the other dude, because I just saw fire.
Yeah. He uses Quailog's Fury Sword after a while.
Yeah, because obviously I knew he came in with a katana. I didn't know if he'd like buffed it then. But I'm just thinking, after this, this is the penultimate episode. Like, after this, we're going after Gwyn. Oh, see, that was a big hit there. That could have been it. And then we could have had him on for a third try. But yeah, after this, Gwyn's going down. I'm here to inherit the flame, do what I want with it. Cook up some sausages on it. But hey, at least this other summon isn't being an annoying son of a bitch. Do you want to tell the story of the dude that we had when we went through it with you?
Which one?
The one with the arrows.
Oh yeah, we had summoned someone and they decided that the best way to fight Calamite would to be shooting arrows at him.
He led him right over to the other end, like where you are now, like right off into that sort of area.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just sort of brought him, he just kept bringing him away from where we were. But I think it was even better, because during that fight, you were suddenly like, oh my god, I've just seen somebody do a plunging attack. So I get the brilliant idea to climb back up the ladder, make my way down, because obviously jumping from the top was going to kill me. And I made my way down a few of the sort of little ledges, and I got so far, and then I started pelting him with arrows, getting closer to me. I did actually manage to hit him though, which was the funny thing, but I didn't do like a special animation like with the rat, Taurus demon, or you know any of the other ones that you can actually plunging attack.
It was just like hitting a standard enemy.
Yeah. But still, that was a good fight as well. That lasted a while. But again, I like how there were those 3 items which were picked up during the first failed attempt. And I think there were a hero and 2 brave knights.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Which I think is very like sort of fitting here, like, you know, you're a brave knight, the other dude's Chester.
And you're the hero of the story.
I'm the hero of this story.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, we're the hero of all of our own stories. I suppose that's a nice little segue into what you're doing, because obviously you've got a channel you like to, or you're doing LPs.
Yeah.
So, what are you the hero in, guys?
First off, I'll be the hero and or hero-esque, depending on what character gets chosen. Heroine, hero-esque, heroette. I'll be playing. Oh, disasters are done.
Oh yeah, we both actually had this, which was kind of funny. Like even Gallows was grave lorded. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
I'll be playing Don't Starve, and I'm going to be playing Big League Pixels. I might be doing Pokemon or
Well,
Final
yeah, you've got
Fantasy.
something nice to begin with. And also, speaking of heroes, there you were, just diving in like, yeah, I'm gonna get this bloody dragon. Like, you nearly died there. Luckily I had my Estus.
It would have been a heroic death.
Yeah, I suppose, you know, you didn't die for nothing. Actually, down here, this sign and that item there is a reference to Goth. Like, if only Hawkeye Goth were here. This is basically telling you to, you know, go and get Goth to shoot him down, you idiot. But yes, as Gallows says, he's got different games coming. I'll pop his link down in the description. Or maybe I'll put an annotation right on my health bar. Boom!
Pop.
And now it's gone. I hope I actually do that. Yeah, so you see me faff around my inventory trying to find Homeward Bone to go back to speak to Goth, tell him the good news.
Why, thou hast defeated Calamite? Wondrously played. Lord Gwyn's blessing upon thee. That beast will never take to the skies again. Dragons shall never be forgotten. We knights fought valiantly, but for every one of them, we lost 80 of our own. Exhilaration, pride, hatred, rage. The dragons teased out our dearest emotions. Thou will understand one day. At that twilight, old thoughts return in great waves of nostalgia.
I think that's probably my favourite line of his.
This great bow, I shan't need it, but no dragons to hunt. I know not if a human could even operate it. But here, thy need outweighs mine. I suspect thou hast taken a gander at it, but the dark of the abyss, which swallowed poor Artorius, threatens to devour our entire land of Ulyssil. It seems that this dire fate is unavoidable, but seduced by a dark serpent or no, they awoke that thing themselves and drove it mad. One's demise is always one's own making. Now, do not mistake my words. I cherish my work. Wood carving is a nuanced art. I would have much to talk about with that blacksmith. In truth, how is the old chap, I wonder? Still hammering away, I should hope. Now, farewell, proud human. May every honor be bestowed upon thee.
Now, Goff said several things there that, you know, can be taken for very nice lore points. But that is going to be it for this episode. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank Gallows for joining me and helping me take out Calamite.
You are welcome.
Thank you very much. And we'll see you guys next time for the last episode.
Goodbye.